Gamma. On approach, I saw something like a fossil stuck there in the wall, a pale form, the faint impression of a shell. "These are the casts of the frieze marbles," my guide said, "here for us to touch." I reached out a hand to the cast, to the shell, and found undulating lines like the inside of a clam. "A horse," my guide said. "Its mane, that's what you're touching." My fingers moved and found the horse's muzzle, then its teeth, straight and bared. "Here," my guide said, tapping the cast, "to your left, there's a man." My right hand stayed with the horse, while my left reached sideways some distance to find a face in profile, a head of curly hair, round bumps like grapes. I cupped the curls in my palm, and with my right hand stroked the horse's mane. In my ear, my guide appeared. "Come," they said, and led me to another cast. "This man, he's wearing quite a splendid cape. It's clasped just at his neck and billows out around him, open, to reveal, well, he's wearing nothing underneath, stark naked." With a careful finger, I traced the raised outline of the cape, another kind of shell, pleated at the bottom. Then I found his head and face, roughly eroded, ran my fingers down his neck, around his shoulders and over his chiseled abdomen. Too shy, I skipped his groin, and touched instead a strong sinewed thigh and a foot turned outwards, braced against a rock. Intimacy. Yes, and with it, shame. I felt them both as I approached the cast, made contact, my hand outstretched. I was conscious of who was behind me, watching, conscious too of what they might presume, whether they knew that these casts were for touching, not things to be looked at only. As if to approach a sculpture with hands outstretched was to out myself as deviant, either by volition a vandal, or by tragedy blind. "Look," my guide said, and nudged my hand towards a raised line. "A rearing horse," they said, "and that's his front legs kicking, rampant, and if you follow that leg to the hoof, you'll find," they chuckled, "well, it's hard to say whether the hoof's passing before the caped man's groin, or connecting with it. The perspective is cheeky. It allows for ambiguity." Laughing, I touched the hoof, thinking of the ancient sculptor who, rosy-cheeked, chiselled this encounter between man and horse. He felt no shame, I presume, only mirth at setting this joke down in stone. Tack, tack, bits of marble flying, and Phidias at his shoulder, eyebrow raised. My countryman, who brought these sculptures here, he did not do the dirty work himself, I presume, did not grasp the chisel, wield the hammer, tack, tack, prise the marbles from their setting. No. But I wonder if he ever ran his British hands over mane, cape, right thigh, hoof. I like to think he did, and secretly, and at the witching hour. Picture this. Darkness. A pale slab leans against a wall. He appears, candle in hand, approaches the marble, a goldish glow, He sets the candle on the tiles, straightens, looks about him, and, not knowing quite what to do, he reaches out.